Greetings. My name is Steve Holland, and I'm with Rapid Tech and Ethos Skill, two of the organizations that I started for my company. I have an HVAC company in Milwaukee, and I started these training companies strictly for to train and develop technicians. And we have a training program where we take individuals with little or no experience and we fast track them via the Rapid Tech program. And one of the programs that we use is our heat exchanger safety certification. And it was never designed to go to market or take this public. Essentially what happened was I had so many individuals contact me from around the country that have asked if they could use it, so we turned it into a business. It's not something that I can give away for free, obviously, because there's a significant expense in operating our online portal for the online training program, and then of course all of the videos and training. So, but it's what I consider affordable. I've spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars at our company in training and education over the years. And when you see the price of this course, I think you business owners, general managers, and service managers will find it affordable. And the value that you'll get is incredible. First off, I've been doing this 27 years. I've literally worked on and installed thousands of furnaces. So I'm not just some fancy face here flapping my gums on why you should do business with Rapid Tech. What you see, almost every single piece, every photo, all the curriculum I've done. I've got countless hours doing this. So let's just go through the heat exchanger certification program. First off, it is accredited. It is a nationally recognized program. So, Rapid Tech and Ethos Skill, those are all registered trademarks that I own. Essentially, the purpose of this course, though, is really simple. As a business owner myself, one of the biggest challenges I have as a business owner is training technicians and making it affordable so that I'm not losing revenue. So one of the biggest challenges is if I have a seminar or somebody come in to do training, we literally have to shut our company down so that I can have 20 technicians sit in a classroom for a half a day or a day to go ahead and get trained. And then I'm paying their wage on top of it. So we wanted to come up with an online way to do this. And then it's self-paced for the technicians. So the technicians, you may have one technician that can get through material quickly. You may have another one that takes a little more time. Maybe they take notes, they're a little more detailed, but it is a self-paced program. So those are really the main purposes. Obviously I wanted, the overall goal is to train technicians properly on heat exchanger safety. The one nice thing about our program is it is a resource, and if you're on the monthly program, you'll have access. Each technician will have access to the material so they can always go back on the material. And then they'll also get all of our bonus material and updated curriculum and classes that we place on there. So the heat exchanger safety certification can be done two ways. You can just purchase the certification. The technician goes through the program, prints out the diploma when they're done. They pass all the quizzes and then the final exam, and then they print out their diploma, and then the course is over with. Or there's a monthly pay option. And the monthly pay option, then you not only have access to the course, but you can always go back on the course and look at and use it as a resource, but then you also get all of our updated. So every time we find a new furnace failure or we find a problem or a service bulletin, if we, we'll get it out on the portal so that your technicians have access. Now they can access this program from a tablet, from a cell phone, or directly from a laptop. I do recommend all the courses are taken either on a laptop or on a tablet. It's just a little bigger screen. But I've watched some of my courses just for testing purposes. I have done them on a cell phone. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the curriculum. Here is a portion of the curriculum for the heat exchanger safety certification course. All the online classes that are listed here, some of them, there are more. We'll get into furnace profiles. We'll get into heat exchanger identification and how they function. So we get into some really basic information. Understand for some of your technicians, some of this material may be a little elementary and it may be a little boring, but there's a reason. There's a reason for it. And one of the reasons is that we want consistency. So we want technicians to understand some of the commentary, some of the communication styles and skills, and some of the terms we use so that it's consistent in our industry. There's a lot of talk about different things. So in some of our furnaces, we'll actually break down some of the heat exchangers and we'll identify different parts so that when you have 10 technicians go through this program, and let's say a technician talks about the rings on a heat exchanger, they will all know what rings are. And we talk about tubular design, or we talk about a secondary serpentine, or whatever it is that we talk about, they will all know. So that's why we like to even have your advanced technicians go through the entire course. They can go through it quickly. Each class is, I don't think there's any one class that's more than 30 minutes. I think most of them are 5, 10, 15-minute courses. We'll get into why heat exchangers fail. We'll get into the different types of heat exchanger failures. We'll get into areas of concern. Maybe that heat exchanger has not failed yet, but this is an area of concern, and this is an area to keep your eyes on. And it's something that technicians can document on their paperwork and communicate to customers. We'll get into communication. That's certainly a huge part of this. Oftentimes technicians, if we can create some consistency with technicians and how they communicate heat exchanger failures or even areas of concern. There's this big problem out in our industry today where there are some contractors out there that are unethical. And I will tell you, our company Ethos Skill, there's a reason the first word is etho, because I believe in ethics. And I've been down the road of having companies train on what they feel is ethical that I've found out later is unethical. So I'm very, very particular about ethics. And I do not encourage any technicians to ever do anything unethical. You will not see any unethical training. You won't see any unethical suggestions in our training. Our training is what it is, and when you see it, you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. We'll get into several examples. So when I say several examples of furnace failures, there will be a couple of courses on here where we get into a specific furnace. Maybe it's a Lennox model XYZ. Maybe it's a Train model XYZ. Whatever. We'll break down that furnace so that your technicians understand how to go through and identify where there might be a failure. Then we'll talk about carbon monoxide and the truth about it with heat exchangers. There's some misleading information out there. And then all of the advanced and continued education, any of the new classes that we place on here, or even supporting information, the third-party information, that's all included with the monthly option. So the cost of the online course is $299 per tech. That's a one-time fee. And then it's self-guided. When they complete the course, they print their diploma, and that's that. Or you can do the $29.95 per month, and that's ongoing. But then the technician will get mobile access to all of our heat exchanger courses, all of our resources, all of our third-party information, all of our updates. There'll be some classes where we get into how to test the delta T across the heat exchanger. There's classes where we get into how to test static duct pressure, filter sizes, all this bonus material. And every month we add anywhere from 1 to 2 new classes that go on there so your technicians can take them. If you'd like to join, there's a couple of ways. You just register, and there's the URL. It's right here. https://rapidtech. And then it's DOCE. I'll leave this up for a little bit so you guys can write that down. But that's how you can register, or you just email me at ethosskill@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, and then I can get you the information and get you signed up. Now, a couple things for service managers, general managers, and HR departments. Real simple. If you want us to set a technician up and time it, so that technician has so much time to complete that course, we can do that for you. We can also set it up so that you get an email, so that you'll receive an email when a tech completes that course. There is an enterprise version on our portal that we can set up, but those are usually for larger companies that have over 30 technicians. We can set you up your very own portal where it's your look and feel, and it's all of our stuff on the back end. That's a whole nother discussion, different fees, all of that, but we can set you up with your own training portal, and then we would just load our training material. Now, some of the other training programs that we offer, this is the heat exchanger certification. There is an Ethos certification, which is a ethics certification program for technicians. We do have some CSR training. We do have some sales training. Not a lot of that. I certainly could do all of that, but I just don't have the time to do every single discipline in an HVAC company, plumbing or electrical company. So this is one of our more popular classes, and that's the heat exchanger certification. So again, Rapid Tech is a nationally recognized education and training organization. It is registered with the federal government as that, so it's not some bogus, crackerjack box training. And then I try to make myself available for technicians as well. I can't get to every single one, but if a tech shoots me an email, I will respond. And in some cases, I even give my cell phone out so they can call me if they're having an issue. I had a gentleman just the other day from New Jersey call me, and he was on a particular furnace. I won't say the brand, but a very popular brand, and he was running into some issues, and he didn't know how to communicate to the customer. He was having a little kickback from the customer, and I said, look, let me just share with you how you can explain this. And we worked through it, and he had called me back and said, no problem, got it figured out. So again, write down, if you want to sign up, it's right here. Just go here and then register. Once you register, it'll just sit there until I get back to you. So just realize when you register, nothing will happen. Your information comes into my portal, into the back end, then I will see it, and then we can go from there. All right? Thank you, and I hope you found this information useful, and good luck to you and your company in the future training and future success.